welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's Monday, Medium Project Monday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Trying to double check everything real quick. I almost didn't make it in time. I was sitting here working on the wormhole cube and lost track of time. So, hope everybody had a good weekend. Don't forget to give a like, share, thumbs up, all that good stuff to our videos or any of our comments and posts that we make on Facebook. Find us on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. So, we're going to go ahead and get on into it tonight. We're going to be working on the Jelly Cube earrings. We didn't get them on last Monday, but I guess it's been 2 Mondays before we've skipped the past 2 Mondays on that project, so. Alright, let's go ahead and get a camera flipped over here. Get off the ugly old face cam. Get on into this, and I'll put this up. I worked on this all weekend. Ran into several problems. We will discuss those while we're working tonight, but I got so involved in working on this today that totally lost track of time. Luckily, I was halfway prepared, so well, at least we have that. Throwing pliers. I want to do that. There you go, man. Pliers. Alright, we need our other 2 little pliers for doing these little things. And then I'm going to have to get a close look at it and see where we were on it. Because, like I said, yeah, it's been a good 3 weeks since we've done anything with this, which does suck, but took the 1 week off. Then last week we were working on custom orders all Monday, so we just ended up streaming that. And so we're back at it. Like I said, with this though, there will be times that I'll be taking the project out of the camera view probably. You can probably see it in one of the other views, but it's so small. I gotta make sure I know where I'm at, where I'm starting. Well, let's see, that's all up. That's up. So it'll be right there. Like I said, tiny little rings here. And so, otherwise, like I said, I pretty much all weekend I was working on the wormhole cube. I figured Saturday I got a good probably 7 hours working on it. Shouldn't take that long to do, but like I said, I'm doing pictures, trying to, and whenever I do a tutorial, I do it in like segments. The first one is like the rough draft where I'm going to position stuff. What are the basic talking points, kind of like a bulletin style. And I'll go in and start filling that out, which I was slowly doing too. So, but I got done Saturday feeling pretty good. I was like, you know what, Sunday's coming. It should be a fairly easy thing. I was getting to the point where I was probably about 4 hours from finishing up, getting some basic final pictures of it, and I got one more to build. And I got into it. And let me go ahead and flip back over here. I feel weird not talking to the camera. I don't know how much it will work. We'll see here. Oh, wrong mouse. Wrong mousy mouse. Let's go to the ugly old face cam here. But, I was sitting there working on it, and like I said, I was to the point. Sunday I got up, and I started going at it, and for some reason, things weren't working. And I was like, everything should be, should be fine. But I couldn't get it a nice tightness that I liked, like the previous one. Now I know there was changes because I got different ring size for my main 4-inch ring. It's a little bit smaller. I took in all that whenever I was redesigning these and doing all my measurements for the single piece that I made first, because I made one, did measurements, make sure it's going to work out the way it should mathematically. Still hoping that comes true. We'll see what happens when we get further. But, yeah, but I couldn't get it together at the later part of Saturday and into Sunday. And so I pulled it apart. I reworked some areas going, okay, let me try this. I mean, I did that. It fixed the one problem, but it gave me another problem. It gave me a good tightness in one area. Now, I don't expect these to be super tight or anything. They're going to be a little bit of play just because of the nature of them, but it just was not working. Was not working. I tried to take it apart. I don't know, I'm probably 6th time into it now. Still couldn't get it to work. I'm like, why isn't certain things working the way they should? And so I basically spent all Sunday taking it apart, rebuilding, taking it apart, rebuilding, taking it apart, rebuilding. Still couldn't figure it out. Finally, late last night, a couple hours before I went to bed, I finally just said, all right, I'm done. I put it to the side. Now, during all this, there was a few other times where I was working on something else. Little this, little of that. But anyway, I got up this morning, and I'm like, okay, I was at the point, I needed to get back into my center ring, so I had all these guys put in, I had to remove all those. That's why I had piles of rings up here. And it wasn't till probably about 2:30 today, I think. I was sitting over at the computer chair, and I'd been over here taking it apart, and there was still quite a bit to go at the time. And I was watching Doctor Who and just kind of spacing out on it for about 10 minutes or so. And I thought, okay, one thing, I got up, I came over here, I started playing with the rings, I started putting these together and testing the connector rings that I'd used in the previous one. Now, I knew when I started using these rings, they were different thickness and a different inner diameter, outer diameter. And I took all that into account whenever I was doing my preliminaries on it. And I got my inner and outer diameters fine, but I totally forgot about the thickness of them. The old ones that I used were 2.5. These are 2.75 millimeter. And so the connector rings I was trying to use wasn't giving me the gappage that I need for the little bit of play you're going to have in that. And so it finally dawned on me, well, there was problem one. That would have solved one problem that I tried to fix earlier that gave me a different problem. But the biggest issue, after I figured that out, I was taking some more apart, decided to take a break, sat down over there again, and was just looking over here at the bench going, okay, I'm writing this tutorial, right? And one of the first things I've said, I don't have the full text all typed out or anything yet, but one of the first things I say is, when you're making up these circles, your outer parts here, make sure, and that's one thing I wrote down in my tutorial, make sure you go the same way on each ring. If it's going down inside, make sure, I don't know how, people talking about them, to me the left is going up on this style. In my head, that's how I say it. But you just want to make sure every one of them that you do, each one of these were the exact same. Now, I did that at first when I built the original one, more so because I wanted it, at least 4 sides would look pretty similar. Top 2 would be a little off. So that's how I did it. When I started doing this and coming into it, I did it wrong at first and realized, okay, that's a problem. That's going to be a problem. That's why I need them all to go the same direction. So that's why I made a mental note. I wrote it down in the pre-tutorial. Again, wasn't until earlier today, a few hours ago, to be honest, I actually had one of mine built backwards. So all this time I'd been fiddling with it all Sunday, part of Saturday, all because I had one of these built backwards, and it totally threw off everything. And I was like, I can't believe I did that. So yeah, that was the weekend of nuttiness. And so today it's been going back to the original plan with the fixed one going the proper direction, and everything should work now. We're going to see. I need to get to that finish point, which the other part that does suck is now I have to go through and redo a lot of pictures also, with doing some of the things I was doing. And and that's the total rebuild on the side of it, because the whole inner side, inside of this thing is built differently than the original one. One, because I wanted to make it easier for anybody that's building. I wanted the tutorial to be a little more on the easy side. So, and part of that I think I have taken care of. It gave me a few issues, but I think I took care of most of that. It was going to make it easier. I'm trying to find components that are definitely easier to source for anybody. Alright, let's see here. I need to come up on this one. So, hopefully, like I said, I wanted to go for a mid-August release of it. I'm still shooting for that, but it might take me a little longer. It just kind of depends. I do have a few things I still need to fully take care of, because I'm also going to try to offer kits for them. Like I said, I'm sure I'm definitely out of camera view on these, but I need to see what I'm doing here. Definitely not open for enough. But I should be getting pretty close here on this, that we're going to be able to take it off the blue tack stuff. I did get my new clippers in. I wish I would have had them before. I should have waited and clipped the rest of these, because I have some that are a little messed up, but there's that tiny little things. But everything should work out okay with them. I mean, I'm hoping that I've got some silver wire or arginium coming, and I'm planning on doing another one, maybe a little bit bigger. I'm not sure yet, but I want to weld those. Alright, so then we need to come up through this side. Yeah, so that was an interesting, well, other than finally figuring it out today, I guess, made me feel a little bit better, other than it all comes down to that very end when you're finalizing the last couple rings, because that's where it all comes together. If it doesn't work with those rings right there, you're kind of like, back to the drawing board you go. So, we're going to hope, and if everything works out well, I hope to have it out here by somewhere in the 20s. 20th, 23rd, somewhere in there is the plan. And like I said, I'm hoping to have a few kits in bright aluminum. I'm debating on, I have my own supply that I could put together kits, and I could make up more and cut them. And I'd have no problem doing that in a way, but I'm kind of wondering if maybe I should source them, just because I don't want to spend a ton of time. And if I guess it's going to come down to more if I get a lot of orders. If I get the random ones here and there, it won't be a big thing, but I cannot spend days coiling cutting rings. I mean, I do it on occasion for myself when I need certain things, but to do it, I mean, granted, it'd be orders, so I mean, it would be working per se, but like I said, I think a lot of it will come down to about if I get any orders to begin with, is going to be the big thing. I know I'm definitely out of camera view here, guys, and that I apologize for, but these things are so tiny. I think that was one of the things I was worried about doing this project on a stream, because it was going to be so daunting and little that I'd be in front of the camera. Oh no. Now I gotta find it again. Oh, it stayed through there too. Sweet. Unless it went through and came out and went through another one, but I think it was fine. Oh, but these things are so tiny. I like it when it's done, though. I'll be able to add to the... I'm trying to add more to my niobium, titanium, stainless steel selection. I have a lot of stuff in aluminum, and I love it, and you know, people like it too. But I do want to have the option of having some of the other stuff. So I'm trying to grow part of that. So I think Wednesday, small project, I'm going to pick something to do out of all the weaves that we've previously done and do it out of stainless. And then I'm debating on if we're going to weld it at the time or not. I'm going to do some that are welded, some that aren't. The bigger thing, well, I like my welder, but I had to use acrylic. I cut out that little thing for my, normally they come with a little plastic gun thing, type thing, a holder that you can do your welding with for the pulse welder. Mine broke, so I gutted it, and I cut out my own acrylic, made a little stand for it. It does the job, but it really does kind of suck. I cannot figure out where I can buy a replacement gun style thing. I've looked online. I've looked online for replacements. I don't know if maybe I'm just not doing the right wording, but I can't find one. So I'm kind of stuck on that for now. Though I can still do my welding, it just, like I said, I think overall I'd probably be okay if I came up with a little bit different of a design for holding it, and where I could more easily do everything than the gun style that sits in a thing that you still have to mount on the table somehow anyway. If you're holding the ring going up to it, instead of holding it and bringing the tip to it, I normally let it sit there and I'll bring it up to it and do my welding. So I don't know. All depends. I'm going to hopefully pull out the welder by tomorrow night, get out the stainless, and figure out a project. Let's see here, where were we at? That ring there. So up through this one. Like I said, we're going to eventually anodize these up too on the stream. I need to get my concoction fully, right there. The multi-etch, I wanted to get the real multi-etch, but the way you have to order it, I don't like it. Now, a lot of people do, and obviously I don't have issues with it, but personally, I just didn't like it. I was doing some reading, found out what it's made of, found out the ingredients, so I'm going to be attempting to make my own multi-etch. We're going to see how that works. Hopefully it comes out okay. If not, I mean, I can still just buy the multi-etch again, but haven't had any in a long time. I lost that one. Like I said, I'm trying to stay in the screen here, but this is definitely a lot more difficult. With these itty bitty rings, like I've said a billion times, I've worked with some. These are definitely the smallest. It's either I've used this gauge in larger rings, okay, or I've used this size ring in a larger. Is that what I just said? Larger gauge, this gauge with larger rings, and I've used this size ring but in a larger gauge. If that makes any sense. Which just makes it a little bit easier to work with, personally. Alright, let's get back here. I'm doing a lot of extra talking tonight, not getting a lot done here. Let's see, so we're on to this. So I think we were going to have another, this is going to put us at a layer and a half out of the 6 we need. Let me look here. Okay, we still need 2 more in that to finish that row off. Like I said, we'll try to put it up in the camera, but this thing is so small. but I think it's starting to hold its shape better. It does still seem a little looser than a lot of the, my other jelly cubes I've done, but I think part of that could also be just the size. It seems like the smaller the jelly cube, the worse it was, but as they kept growing, they got better and better. My jelly cube's a little looser than I think normal ones to a degree. I've seen some that are more tight. Those I almost want to put into the realm of just a tight Japanese cube. But not totally, because there is some movement, so they look great, don't get me wrong. I do love the looks of them, but sometimes when they're too tight, I don't know if they're necessarily jelly cube. At least in my brain. Alright, this one's going to be a toughie, I can already tell. Come on, get through number one there. Alright, let's open a little bit more and get a different angle on the ring. And where were we at here? That one's there. You got, okay, so this one. Yeah, part of it was just open that ring up just enough. There we go. I think she's through there. Come on, there you go. Alright, I think now that I'm gonna have to double check, but I think that we're on the other camera now. I just need to go to the top camera only for this tonight and not tell it to go from my auto switcher. Stop my auto switcher. So we're just on the one camera, not getting into the other one, because then I really have to be up there, and I cannot do that with this one. So, looking at the side, I've got 2 on the side, 2 on the side, 3 flat, 3 flat. There's 3 flat, so this next row will give me my 3rd flat. So I believe starting a new one, though, like I said, is always the harder. This should now start, like I said, it's already kind of getting its shape now. I think just a little bit more will hopefully hold it pretty good. And then hopefully I can get a decent rainbow effect in the anodizing. I think I'm going to do them with the hooks on, because the hooks are going to be in niobium also. So I'm thinking about doing them with hooks on and holding them from the bottom corner base. So the hooks will be the bright green part, and then go down to the lowest color, lowest voltage coming down. I need to play it. I'm not as good as some of these people out there with the anodizing. I'm better at single colors, but I gotta practice and have fun and try it anyway. Alright, let's get this next little bugger in here. Let's see here. I guess we're gonna start on this one, top corner. We'll call it the top corner. If it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. Little bitty rings. So yeah, I got so busy yesterday messing with the wormhole cubes that I ended up not getting any race time in. At least the hosting of what I was doing was over with. So let's see, I need to come up on this guy. Yeah, that's where I almost need a microscope. Super tiny, zoom in. Now I probably could use some smaller Diana pliers. These are doing a good job. Equivalently wise to what I would normally kind of do, but alright, so now I gotta get these 2 rings to play nice. Flop back down here, ring. Come on. I think that's right. We'll close and give a quick look. Should be flat, so Definitely out of view here, but trying to get the angle so I can grab it just right so I can hold it in place where I want it to be. Alright, so we'll come down the other side there. Do that side piece. Then we have another one of these to do. Hopefully it'll go a little quicker. I've thought about maybe I might get a little extra time because if I have enough rings, I'm going to try to do 2 full sets of these to be. So I might try to work on it outside the stream so I can get the other set going also. Now I got to remember where I was. You stand up there. So from here and then over to it. So that we can anodize both of them at the same time. So I normally do. I have been trying to really hard not to do this outside the stream, but I've got so many other things going on. I still have got. I figured this weekend I'd get a couple of hours into the inlay, and I got nothing done on it because of the wormhole cube taking up so much time. Without the band stuff, I've actually having a little extra time, so that's been good. But today was a really nice day outside, though, and I really wish I could have got something done in the lawn, but I didn't. Let's see here. You lay down so you come through. Alright, let's, come on. Come on. There we go, through you. Now we just need to get you. Don't come off there yet. Go the hard way, that's fine, as long as we get on there. Come on, you're right there. There you go. Just need a little help, I see. Again, like I said, I apologize. I'm probably out of view on this. This is definitely a harder project to keep in view. Being so small and having to have my big old face in there, looking at it closely. And just even opening the rings, I got to get up on. Like I said, they are 1.6 millimeter inside diameter rings, and they're 0.6 millimeter wire. I figured up the AR that I needed so I could do it, so that's what they are. And now I gotta figure out where I was again. Getting these just right. No, you guys are going, there you go. There we go. I was like, what's going on? I need you to go through. Let's go a little bit further open and re-grab. I'm starting to figure out I gotta re-grab these just right to be able to grab what I'm looking for. So, through you first, then through you second. I believe that's correct. Let me double check. Hold you flat. You stand up. You would be flat. So, yeah. Going to the next one. The itty bitty teeny weeny. Drive your mind insane ringies. That I wish I never did. No, I enjoy it. I do like doing these type projects, even though they're a pain in the butt. They're fun by the time you're done, especially. One, you can say, hey, I did it. Two, hey, look, it looks pretty darn good. And at least we hope. There'll be some things, though, I do, like I talked about, I do have a pile of, yeah, this didn't work out. So that can happen. I'd hate to waste all this niobium on what we're just doing, but... Oh, come on. Oh, I'm definitely out of frame here. I'm gonna try to keep it in frame and get here and do it. Hopefully my head's not in the way. Alright, so that gives me my 3 that way, all connected. So now I need on that one. These are much easier to work with, and they're bigger. I need to get in and do some more of my square jelly cubes. That might need to be a new project because I don't have any more. I didn't realize that I didn't have any at the event till almost the end of the event. I was like, you know what? I've got the big one that I'm working on, but I didn't have any other jelly cubes there. I was like, really? My square one I kept. I should have taken it, but it's up in my bedroom. It was the second one. I guess basically the first one I've ever built. It was built using square wired rings, and it looks really cool. It doesn't have the same jelly feel as the round rings, but overall it still came out good. I liked it, and I chiefified it. And now I'm going to go get marble out. What time are we running here? Half an hour probably? Yeah, running at half an hour. Sweet. She wouldn't eat a whole lot last night. She ate a little bit of her hard food overnight. This morning she didn't want to have any more food. Midday I was like, okay. I pulled her out some tuna, and boy did she went to town on that tuna, boy. I mean, just went nutso on it. So I gave her a little bit more, and probably going to give her some more tonight. Mix it in with some of her other food. I don't know what it is. She goes through some days where she must not be feeling it or something, but the boy I don't have any problem with. He eats pretty much anything I give him. Alright, where were we at here? We were coming up the side. So I'm probably, once I get done with this layer, I'm probably going to go ahead and pull it off and see what kind of dangle we're going to fully get. Because like I said, I don't want it to be too loose, and in a way it does look too loose, and it's all going to come down to how it hangs though. That's where I'm going for, the look of the hang. You know, most times jelly cubes I want them to look good sitting, but these are going to be on the ear, so I think they look good. Even if they have a little bit more hang to them than I would necessarily like, but I think we might be okay. We'll just have to see what happens when we get there. Like I said, let's see here, we're on this one. Definitely getting out of view here. I can't even see what I'm doing. In the middle of this thing, it becomes just kind of that crazy blob. With this size ring, like I said, the insanity. Now, some people like doing this. They're nuts. I'll just say that much. Hopefully, I'm trying to look at the camera now. Looks like my hat's not in it. As long as I lean over just right. I look a little goofy in the one picture camera angle though. Where'd you go, ring? Definitely don't want to lose this. I dropped 2 of these on the floor and I could not find them. I looked, but they're so small and coloring, I could not find it. Now, I did find other rings, I will say that, while I was down there. Okay, let's see here. So we did the side one, so this is this. Let me get back up here. Okay, this goes in through there, yeah. Alright, so that was the middle. So this one should go through the out. If let's see here, this probably come at this angle because I have to get in that middle section first. There's that. Then grab that one. I don't know, I mean, when you get close, you can really tell it is a pretty decent jelly cube. Further away you get, it's a little harder to tell. But let's see if the camera can get much. And getting some jelliness there. A little more flop than I would expect it to have, but like I said, it is what it is on that front. Let's see, so there's that one. So now I can connect those two. And I need to chat with John. He's the other one that does this micro craziness. See what kind of clippers he uses, because those now, like I said, halfway through I did lose the tip of my clippers, so I do have some rings here that I'm not super happy with, but they're so small it's kind of hard to tell, really, unless you get real close. But I definitely want to find something a little bit better, I think, for clipping such small rings. Like I said, it was just too small for either my Pepe tool or my Ringinator to be able to do it. But I did want to do a tiny little pair. I think John has actually done a pair like this size in Argentium silver, if I remember correctly. I remember seeing some pictures. I don't know exactly what size, but they were pretty darn small. Like I said, I knew what wire I had, so I had the size wire. And then I just had to figure out what size ring I needed for that wire to become the AR I needed. So that's what I figured out, and this is what I came up with. If it's accurate, I guess we'll find out soon enough. We should be able to at least finish this one up tonight. Like I said, we're gonna finish this side up, and I think we might be done. I need to look at it again, but that should give us our 3. It's gonna be pretty square by looking at it right off, by eyeballing it anyway. And it'll be a balanced jelly cube, because from my understanding anyway, I didn't realize that there was balanced and unbalanced until not too long ago, and so come on, get on through there. Alright, well, yeah, I definitely need to open that one up further anyway. I thought it was open further than that. Come on. Through you and up through you. Now, I guess I could pull out hook and hang it on a hook too and get a full, better idea. Alright, so we're right on our bottom row now. 6-8 more rings, but 6-8 more rings when they're, a normal ring on a normal weave can take 10-12 seconds on the fast side, 12-14 seconds on the average side, 14-16 seconds on the slower side. Again, the average ring. These are not average rings, so averages don't necessarily apply to this. Alright, so those go up, this one goes here. Again, hopefully I'm in view. The delay always throws me off, and it's harder to go look at the other one to see it live, or without delay when I look through the computer system. If I had it all bigger in front of me, like I said, I'd like to start doing a stream where I'm at a desk with much more room out in front of me, because right now when I'm leaning in this far, I'm like a foot away from the back of my wall here, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. I talked about it a while back. It's something I still want to do. It's just not something that I have any plans for at any near future type thing. I've got too many other things I need to get done in the near future. And I think I'm finalizing up or basically the biggest event we've ever done, which will be Glide Fest, coming up here in October 1st. Actually, the last day of the month into the 1st. Would be one of our biggest events we've gone to. I mean, a lot of these other people, they go to some of these other ones. I think I would do well at, like a Comic-Con and stuff, but I'm always afraid to go. Plus, I know some other chain mailers that do that, and I don't want to, I love doing chainmail, but I also don't want to get into their action per se. I know a lot of stuff is going to be the same when it comes to chainmail. I have a lot of different things, but there are certain things I've always tried to stay away from when it comes to that. Like the recycled, upcycled dog tags. You know, I've always kept away from the comic books because that's what one of the other chainmailers do, and I could do it, but you know, I do the same thing, but I use different media, not just comic books. I don't use any comic books, but I've used anything else. So, I don't know. It's just one of those things. I'm not really friends with her, but it was her stuff that got me really into deciding to become a business instead of just the playing around I'd done with it for years. So I wish I tried chatting with her once, and she was busy, and I have no idea if she knows who I was, or even if she knows who I am now. I don't know. But she's a local at our Renfest, and that's another reason why I don't necessarily want to do a Renfest, because I don't want to compete with her. But I mean, in a Renfest, all chainmailers are going to be competing against each other as part of being at a Renfest. So, I mean, just a lot of things are always, like I talk about in my head when it comes to a lot of this stuff that I just need to get over. Like I said, this will be the biggest event, the most cost event to get into for us. So that's a little nerve-wracking, but it is one that, like I said, I've been putting off for years because of the band stuff. And if I'm stopping the band stuff to do this, I just need to do it and hope for the best. I mean, that's all I can do. Pretty much how I've been doing it. And I just keep working and plugging along and hope people like my stuff. So let's see here. Okay, I guess I am done. Okay, that was the last one there. So let's see here. I would normally, I probably should have now. I thought about it. It all comes off. Normally, whenever I pull this off, I would have put this in the refrigerator, possibly in the freezer for a little bit. I don't want it to freeze, but I want it to get less warm because it becomes more tacky the warmer it is when you use it for posters and stuff. So I probably should have put it in the refrigerator. Like I said, it makes it come off easier, and that's what I would normally do. But I was impatient and I want to see it, so now I have extra cleaning to do. But it comes off pretty easily. So, again, I wish I had something. Well, I put those back up too, darn it. I'll try, but I don't know if we'll be able to get a good view of that there. I need to let me get a pair of ear hooks out here. They're in this box, right? I don't want pre-anodized ones, I guess, yeah. Because we're going to anodize this up later. Like I said, all my ear hooks are all niobium ear hooks anyway. I make my own, and all of them are that. They can all be anodized to color. I normally leave them plain color, but they can be changed and all that. We'll go over to the other camera here in a moment and try to see if maybe I do have that board up here. I'll have to try to see if that board will show it off a little bit better. So, I'm doing this at a camera. I was just tweaking my ear hook. I always kind of give them an extra little check over once I'm getting ready to use them. So I want everything to be closed up good and tight and properly bent and all that good stuff. I'm gonna need little pliers. I'm definitely out of view again. Sorry. So we'll get this hooked onto one of these corners and see what kind of look we get. I'm kind of digging it. It is a little more floppy than I would have imagined it with the AR that I picked, but I still think it looks pretty darn good. Let's see here. We'll flip over the camera. I did bring this over here. Let's see if this will show it off on that any better. Get my hand out of view, maybe that'll help focus. Kind of. Let's flip over to our other camera here. Go to the ugly old face cam and transition. Let's see if I hook it just right on that, maybe. Other than this camera is not as good though, I don't think. I don't even know where I'm showing it right now. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's... I gotta get up so close. Under normal, let it dangle, you get that little... Hopefully that's even showing up. I think I'm too close. Because I don't think this camera does very good close-up shot. My other one does better, but I gotta have a background. Let's see if I can maybe halfway hook it and show it up in there. If I can get it far enough. Yeah, not really. Well, it's one, I'm happy with it. Do I think it could be a little bit better? Yes. If I was to do it again, I'd probably need to find me another mandrel a little bit smaller, I think. But overall, the camera doesn't do it, but it does look like kind of a floppy thing. But if you give it just right, I almost wonder, you know, I don't know if I could double up any of those in there or not. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I think once you look at it close enough, you can tell it's a jelly cube. You can't really tell from far away like this. Kind of looks like just a blob in a way, but once you kind of look at it. But you know what? Now that I'm looking, I'm not done. I've got 3, 3, 3, but I've only got 2. I got 2 more sides to do, dummy. I'm a dummy. I'm a dummy. I wasn't even thinking about it. That's not gonna, well, it might change it a little bit on its floppiness. But it's not gonna change it a huge amount, I don't think. But yeah, I just realized I got to the top side, but I didn't do the other 2. So we got the final top, but when you do a jelly cube, basically you're doing 3 sides to expand it. And I did 1 side for the expansion, but forgot the other 2 sides. So that's what we'll have to work on now. Where are we at in our time anyway? 48. Okay, so first things first, I want to make sure that I'm going to call this my bottom. I need... let's see if I don't know if I can fit one of these through here or not. Probably not. So I can barely fit another one through there. So yeah, that's not gonna work. I need, where is my little bitty, well, not exactly what I want to use, but honestly I don't even know if that's gonna be small enough now that I think about it. Let me, yeah, it will. Double check, make sure. No, that's my top, that's my bottom. So we're gonna work on this side. So this will be my bottom. I'm just putting something in here so I can know which side's my bottom. Because it's so small, it'll be easier to track it when I pick it up and know what side I'm on. Make sure I don't expand on the wrong side, because that would suck. So that's my bottom. And So we're gonna go here. No, we need to come on this side. Alright, yeah. Right, that'll put 3, 3, 3. Like I said, even in the bigger rings, when it's this small, it's much more difficult to work with. Once you get it up to about 5 by 5, it becomes a lot nicer, easier to maneuver, easier to do, basically to do anything with once you get it up to 5 by 5. Let me lean back up in here. I know I'm out of camera again. I'm always worried about the bill of my hat, but every time I look over, it's not in the picture. Oh, and we're on the wrong camera. I need to go back over if we're going to view it properly. Because I thought we were doing something else, but then I changed. Okay, yeah. Changed where I was. And now that it's off the pad, the blue tack, with it being so floppy, it's a little more difficult to get it exactly where you're looking for. Like I said, sitting on this chair trying to get up here, I'm digging my leg into the post of the desk. I did that earlier today though when I was working on the wormhole. It's like, why is my leg hurting? Because you were sitting there for 30 minutes letting it rest on a pole that's 1/16 inch thick, so it's a little worn out. Thunk, thunk. Alright, so that will mean I need to do that one there, correct? Yeah. I'm talking to myself again. I haven't really looked around anywhere, but I don't know if I've had anybody show up tonight or not. I do see a few little notifications, but I don't know if it's notifications from people liking and sharing the Booga box or not. But I didn't get my halfway point in there saying, hey, don't forget to share the Booga box. Don't forget to share the Booga box. Like I said, we're going to try to get some new things going. I'm going to be working on the website. I'm adding a little bit of stuff to my plate in a way I'm going to be working. It was 12-ish years ago, 12, 13 years ago, when I was actually, before I took over the band website that they no longer are keeping, I guess, I was working on an alumni band website where I could put information up, and I was going to, when I had a pretty decent platform going for it, and it was looking pretty good. I might pull out the backup of it and see. It was going pretty good, and then I got asked to take over the band website. So I was like, well, I want to incorporate this into that. And then there was a lot of changes when I first started doing that, so it never got fully incorporated, never got everything I wanted to anyway when it comes to pictures, the information that I needed and all that. And so I ended up stopping that. I still have the domain name for it and everything, and since I'm not doing the other site anymore, and I always kept their website was on a completely different server than my website was. I didn't want them overlapping. Could I have saved money for them and me by combining them? Possibly, but I didn't want any interaction between the two. So it just felt better that it was a totally different company, different server. Paid for them for the band stuff, paid mine for my stuff. But now that I'm not having that, I am considering pulling out the old site and maybe trying to get working on it. And I actually found another alumni person who actually worked at the school who's now retired but still has contacts that I might be able to get this information that I've been wanting. I need to get in the library and get a hold of yearbooks and I've been trying to find out who to get a hold of. Every time I would find somebody, it'd be like, when I get a hold of it, you need to contact so-and-so. I contact so-and-so, and they're like, well, okay, let me find out information, and it would fall through. I hate bugging people for anything. So I'd wait a little bit, then I'd contact them again. Oh, I totally forgot about this. I need to contact blah, blah. And it just kept falling through. Then this was shortly before the pandemic hit. I haven't tried since the pandemic just because of all the extra rules they have on all this. But I'd love to get in because I want to find out, get all the information, like who was the directors of all these other years, what did they do for contests, did they go on a trip, any scans I can get of yearbooks, and any pictures I can get from other alumni I want to add to it. So it is something that I am stopping at, but I am kind of still in a way type doing it. So it is kind of, that was something I was already kind of wanting to do anyway back then, like I said. And now it would be a little more intense to get going. But again, like the band website, once it got going, it kind of could run itself in a way. It was more me just maintaining it, not really doing a whole lot. And I've rebuilt it several times through the band years, depending on what the presidents wanted. But didn't hear anything back from the new president on it, and it just kind of, server came up, and it's like, if I would have been fine if they would have said, okay, we don't want to go a different direction. Either if you want to have somebody else do the website, okay, fine. If you don't want to have the website, okay, fine. Whatever you want to do, just let me know. Just don't leave me hanging, though, man. Because I was like, I backed up everything just in case, but again, like I said, I just never got any kind of, yes, this is what we're doing type thing or whatnot. So kind of blew in that direction. Alright, so we're on to this side now. I don't know, how many nights did we work on this? Is this this is probably the third night, maybe even the fourth, the more I think about it now. I'm not quite sure. Let's see here, that gives me 3 there. How am I going to get my third on this one though? That's 3 there. 3 there. Because if I add, can't go that way there. Alright, I know I gotta go here, so I know I'm probably totally out of view again. I need to adjust this camera. I have it on a magnet that works well and holding it in place, and I have it on the ball head end. The biggest thing with that, it's nice that I can position it in many different places and makes it quick and easy. Problem is, it doesn't stay straight, and that takes the longest amount of time. Is okay, I can get it this way and this way, but then this way, and it starts getting crooked. And with a ball, normally if it's just on a normal pivot, you got just, it's not going to change to your other direction. On a ball one, it changes every which direction. It's a pain in the butt. So let's see here. Three. So I would need. See, this is going to put me. That's the inside third, so that's fine there. Why? Sorry, I'm going through my head here. Figuring out, I need. Okay, come up through there to get. That's gonna. No, okay, that'll come in there. Okay. Brain is playing tricks on me. Eyes playing tricks on me. Somebody's playing tricks on me. Where are we at anyway? Oh, we are coming up on our hour. I don't mind going over a little bit today, though I do need to eat. I haven't really eaten much today. Our grocery pickup is tomorrow, so we're pretty much out of everything. So I'm starving today. I'm trying to think, did I even eat today? Maybe that's why I'm getting so crazy right now. Did I eat today? Crap, I got up at 8. I had 3 Cheetos at one point. I do remember that. But we were out of buns, so I didn't have any spicy patty. Or I'm out of hot sauce, so I didn't have any taquitos. Yeah, I don't think I've eaten today. That could be very well why my brain is out of it tonight, and I'm just having issues. At least maybe I'm thinking I'm having issues. I don't know. It's one of those. I hadn't gotten so bad where I felt like I was going to pass out like one stream way back when. But yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't eaten. Because, yeah, they came. Wife and the son went out to the store. I thought they were going to come back with something, and they didn't. That's why I didn't eat while they were out. I was busy working. They came back and helped unload the car. They didn't come back with anything. I started working again. Yeah, I definitely need to go eat. I need to get some food in me. I can't believe. Surprised I'm not feeling as bad as I should at this point in time if I haven't eaten. Maybe it was those Cheetos somehow gave me just enough to not make me totally stupid tonight. Cheetos, good to not make you stupid. What? Yeah, because last night I ended up having a blueberry corn dog sausage dog thing. And that was last night, so yeah, I need to go figure something out. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go ahead and get closing up on the stream here. That'd probably be a good thing, right? Yeah, where was I at now? We were there, so it was you and you and you. And that should, oh, not you. Oh, I'm definitely out of you now. Let me get back up over here. Yeah, maybe next Monday I'll have it, a little more brain power. But yeah, we're going to call it for tonight. I don't know how much more I'll get into this done tonight, being that it's so small. Once I eat, though, I could feel tons better. Let me go ahead and flip over here and get up to the ugly old face camera, unfortunately, and call her a done night. Because, yeah, here the last 10 minutes, I just felt like I was getting stupider and stupider. And now I think about it, it's because I haven't eaten again. That's why it's good to eat 3 meals a day. I need to, like I said, I suck trying to remember to eat. Wife can no longer do those kind of things for me, so I need to figure it out in my head. She's been my rock for years when it comes to feeding me, so I suck at feeding myself. But anyway, sorry for the crazy night. I hope anybody that did join us that didn't miss any messages. I hope you all had a good weekend. Hope you had a good Monday night. If you're watching this later, same thing, ditto, all that good stuff. Tonight is Monday. Tomorrow I do have a little bit of laser work ordered to go through, but then I'm going to work on this some more. But like I said, Wednesday we're going to do something in stainless. I've done a couple keychains. Now I need to do some more bracelets. So, yeah, that was the other thing. I could not find my stainless steel. I only have a few anyway, but I was missing a few from the event. But otherwise, we will be back on Wednesday night. Don't forget to give the thumbs up, like, shares, all that good stuff. Check us out on Monday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, all at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. I think that's all of them. Yep. So, otherwise, we will see you back here on Wednesday night, guys. You have a great week. Till Wednesday. Peace.